The Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, again represents the President in week 2 of his absence at the Federal Executive Council meeting for the month of March. A handful of ministers are physically in attendance. Against the backdrop of weeks of blackout owing to low power supply and the subsequent system collapse of the national grid, the Minister of Power at the briefing announces a restoration of the grid, an outcome of the emergency meeting held to quell the situation.
This is like a war situation. We need to find solutions. We need to come out with answers, quick ones, emergency solutions. The supply that goes down on the grid, it triggers some response. Some started to trip down, and that also causes the whole system to go down. We had it the first day, we recovered it. We had it again, we recovered it. So we are on top of it. We have recovered it now. The grid is back. We are trying to get more megawatts to push on the grid.
In spite of the revelations, the question as to where the power is still lingers.
The grid is not that strong to carry so much load. We have to maintain it and load it gradually. We have gotten approval now of about 5 billion, over 5 billion, to open up and expand Lagos, Ogun, where presently they may not be enjoying quality electricity.
The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice also gave indications that the federal government will exploit all available options to take a concluding position regarding the rejected request by the President to the National Assembly to delete Section 84, subsection 12 of the 2022 Electoral Act.
The government has a lot of options to consider and exploit. One of the options is to request or demand the National Assembly to reconsider. The other option, if the government feels strongly about it, it may consider the judicial option, which is equally available and open to all. And then the third option is to look at the law within the context and spirit of the law to see what it can do. The government is reviewing, the government is looking, and the government will come up with a position at the appropriate time.
The council approved a total of 43 billion naira towards the completion of several roads and bridges across the country. From the presidential villa, Gloria Umezuke, Channels Television News.